Anyway, here's a little song that has to do with, I went to Catholic school for 13 years back in the 50s and the 60s because I put in first grade all the way through high school. That's 12. That wasn't enough for me. I wanted more. So I went an extra year. They called it pre-primary. It was before first grade. So you could start earlier even, just you get another year of nuns. It was like 13 years of nuns. And so, you know, most of them were kind of nice. The older nuns, not to pick on them, but some of them were very grumpy. But I realized they had those habits on back then, big white thing that was digging into their foreheads. They had big red lines across their head. And I thought, man, that would really put you in a bad mood to be having that on your head every day. So one day we were in a class and one of the nuns, Sister Mary Aloysius, I don't know, I'm just making up that name. Anyway, she was very kind of mean in her own, grumpy. I said, you know, she's got the thing digging into her head. I felt kind of sorry for her. But anyway, we had a big collection box made out of cardboard. It was way up the head of the class, you know. And she was like picking on us or yelling about something. And so anyway, this is a true story now. I don't make these up. These are Sister Mary Aloysius, if that was her name. But anyway, she backed up and she fell into the collection box. Boom, just landed in the cardboard box. Now, she didn't get hurt, I don't think. Next thing you see, her little feet were kicking up. Little black shoes on, little nun's feet. They're kicking up. You see the feet are kicking, you know. We're just sitting there. We didn't laugh. We were just looking like, how long do we want to get this? Like, she's kicking her feet. It was like an outtake from The Wizard of Oz. And so, you know, we finally go up and we pull her out of there, of course. And from then on, she loved us. She was our best friend. So, it just goes to show, if you eventually pull a nun out of a collection box, they'll be your friend. Anyway, so I wrote a little song, kind of something to do with that, called Monkey in a Convent. Now this reminds me a little of Graham Parker.
Yep.
I opened shows for
Monkey
Graham
songs.
Big fan of his. Big fan of his. Couldn't detect some monkey in a convent. Kinda tells how my night vision lies. They say it's age, not a lack of song. Still we're not far from that monkey side. I own a skate park and I'll buy you anything. Got a laminated card and I love to hear it ring. I'll rattle off figures like a baby shaped toy. A little bit of plastic for a little bit of boy. Monkey in a convent, crazy as a loon, drooling up food while licking on a spoon. Is there any difference when we reach that stage? Are we monkeys in a convent or people in a cage? Monkey in a convent. I'm climbing up a ladder, heading for the roof. Got no fear of falling, I don't own a single tooth. It's not the way I planned it, but sometimes you gotta sit. I'll swallow you whole, won't say number one and fit. Monkey in a convent, crazy as a loon, drooling on food while licking on a spoon. Is there any difference when we reach that stage? Are we monkeys in a convent or people in a cage? Monkey in a convent. that ending came from. Not the one on the recording.